What's going on, traders? It's Ricky with TechBot Solutions. Thank you guys again for joining us for another series or another episode of the Making of the Millionaire. I don't have a special guest for this video, but I kind of wanted to share a certain best practice that I think a lot of people that see a form of success can talk about. And that's the kind of like the passion and the drive to never give up. And that's kind of what today's video is going to be about. If you guys aren't familiar with the Making of the Millionaire series, pretty much what I do is I either interview millionaires or people that are, being successful in their specific market. And we just talk about best practices, something that has led to their success. So we talk about like consistency, the power of saving, We've done it for the past week. I know I didn't do it last week. I've just been really busy with a number of things that I've been trying to do. For those that don't know who I am, I'm a 22-year-old entrepreneur here in Gilbert, Arizona. I'm a student at the ASU Polytechnic campus. I said I'm 22 already. So I have a series of properties or investment properties. I have a series of businesses, and I'm a day trader. So I do a series of different things. One of my biggest and most passionate kind of like companies that I've created is TechBot Solutions, which if you guys know me, that's probably how it is that you guys know me. I don't make any money out of TechBots, but it's a free platform where I provide at least the foundations of the basics and understanding of how to day trade and just sharing best practices and sharing mistakes. So simply, it's a platform where we share our ideas and we teach each other about the basics and fundamentals of trading, giving everyone, just a really strong foundation and understanding of how to be a successful day trader, swing trader, momentum trader. And it just comes down to having a good number of people that you can always rely on to motivate you to always try something different and to always be exposed and willing to try new markets. So if you guys don't see success in day trading, we have a bunch of subgroups within TechBot Solutions that has to deal with just the buying and reselling of different products, which Kyle absolutely kills it in. And then, I've been thinking about opening one about real estate, but I just feel like the volume wouldn't be very high in that specific group chat because people aren't buying and selling homes like how we trade stocks. So it wouldn't really make sense. But then we have the base of buying and selling stocks. And then now we've been kind of getting into partnerships with different members and me personally investing in their businesses and stuff like that. So it's started with a small idea, and it started with an idea of just like wanting to surround myself with motivated people, and it led to this just amazing community of over 32,500 members worldwide, and we just motivate one another. And that's one of the biggest things. It's a free platform. It's accessible for everyone. If you don't see value in it, then you can simply leave, but all we ask you is to provide a supportive community and always just motivate one another to try something different or to share your ideas on what led to your success. So let's kind of get into this. We have a couple people that are tuning in, and I always get the same questions about like me going to school and stuff like that. So I'll talk about that later. But for those that are tuning in for the first time, I do really want to thank you guys. And most importantly, if you guys are watching this video, it's probably because you guys want to see some form of success, want to be successful in a specific market and aren't so driven by the 9-to-5 job. I want to be the first one to talk about having a 9-to-5 job isn't a horrible thing, and it's something that I personally did to be able to at least build a foundation for myself. I was doing a 9-to-5, not the exact 9-to-5, but I'm just saying like, having a normal job and working towards, having a stable income to therefore qualify for my properties, the power of saving money. And it led to me, to have enough money. So you save not to save, but you save to, invest in opportunities that present themselves in random opportunities. But it comes down to having that money and at least having the knowledge of knowing how to invest. And that's kind of what has led to my success. I don't really do anything special. It just comes down to I'm very consistent. I'm very determined. And I kind of always have a plan on when it comes down to trying to be successful in a specific market. And I try to become the most knowledgeable, and I'm a very competitive person, right? And I think that's why a lot of people like just talking to me and networking with me. It's because I always drive them to be better because I want more competition. And that's one of the coolest things. It's I surround myself with people that are like-minded, and it only drives them to work harder, which then initiates me to drive even harder as well. So it's an amazing thing, and it's something that I'm truly passionate about. And it's hard to put into words just because I just love it. And I definitely don't love just getting 4 hours of sleep, but that's definitely an effect of waking up at 5:30 to trade at 6, and then going to sleep around 1 to 2 o'clock, just because I have my girlfriend in Spain that I have to do live streams with to at least keep this communication with. So you guys were making fun of me about that yesterday, but yeah, it's just part of what it is that I do. So let's get to it. So the making of the millionaire. I'm gonna try to not speak so quick, since I know I do that very often. It's just because I get so excited, and it's kind of just the way that I think. So I'll try to keep it slower for you. Not for you guys. I know you guys are extremely smart and intelligent people, so not for you guys, but just those random individuals. Let's get started. So this video is going to deal with not giving up and the importance of, if you're passionate about something, always finding a solution for it. And how is it that I'm presenting this problem and then this solution? So when it comes down to you're not really ever, I don't know about a job that you're going to start at a young age or that you can work up to that's going to make you a millionaire, right? You don't become extremely wealthy based off a job, right? It comes down to creating a business or creating a source of income that can create something much greater than the amount of hours that you can actually work. What I mean by that is, when it comes down to creating a business, when it comes down to creating something that is somewhat innovative and somewhat not really have ever been done before, there's going to be people that are always going to want to bring you down, and there's going to be people that are always going to try to provide obstacles for you to not overcome. But it's when you overcome these obstacles and when you overcome these hard times in your life. And what I mean by hard times is, I'm going to give you guys an example. We experienced this sort of disruption within the TechBot Solutions group chat. Again, it's a free group chat. I tried to make it accessible for everyone, but because it's accessible for everyone, because it's free for everyone, we experienced like some spammers, and it was very consistent as our group started to grow at about 500 to like 600 people a day. And of course, spammers are going to come, but it was because of that disruption that I felt the quality of our group and the information that was being shared was being diluted. So I felt like that part of my business for TechBot Solutions wasn't going according to plan. Also, when it came to the development of my platform, it wasn't going according to plan. It wasn't going the way that I wanted it to. We weren't, there were certain issues that weren't the way that I wanted it to go. And that was, in a sense, a bad experience. It also came down to one of my rental properties. I had a bad experience with a specific individual, and I'll talk about that later. But it really came down to, again, with another part of one of my businesses, it was just a difficult thing to deal with. And when all these problems and obstacles present themselves, it's very difficult, especially when you're not seeing the return that you want, to continue and to want to continue to push and continue to make these things happen. And it comes down to having the drive and not doing it for the money. And what I mean by that is, I don't make $1 off TechBot Solutions. And if it was about the money, then this idea that I created of providing a free and accessible platform for everyone would have never been possible, because if it came down to wanting to be able to make the money, I don't make any money, and I haven't been making any money off of TechBuds for almost like 1.5 years now. And that's how long TechBuds has been, right? 1.5 years, 32,500 members later. We had 1,000 in January of 2017, and now we've seen exponential growth. But it comes down because we've continued to see these interruptions and these problems, but it comes down to developing a team and surrounding yourself with people that are always willing to push you to overcome these issues. And that's what I want to kind of talk about this within this episode. I feel like a lot of people always want to try new things. One of the biggest things that you guys probably hear is when trying to start your own business is, just go for it. If you never go for it, you'll really never know if it's ever gonna be possible to be, an actual business. And a lot of people go for it. They see their first type of problem or hesitation or obstacle, and then they give up. You see, this isn't something that I can do. Or when it comes to trading, okay, well, I lost paper trading. I lost, half of my account. This isn't a market that I can invest in. And people just have, it's just second nature. They just have, I don't know how to put it into words. They just want to give up. And that's one of the biggest things. Those that succeed and those that don't, the biggest difference is not giving up, understanding that you're going to encounter obstacles and problems, and it's not always going to, never ever is it going to go according to plan. But it's for those that are willing to put forth the hour and driven by their passion of wanting to create something much greater, or wanting to see the success of what it is that you are trying to achieve, and not drawn back by the idea that you might have these obstacles throughout the way, because it's not worth your time. I think because I'm driven so much, because of the community that I've built, and because of the idea and the passion that I have that I can create with TechBuds, that I've continued to push to make this happen, because I see the return. I see for every 1,000 people that do well, I see one spammer or some form like that. We have 32,500, almost 33,000, I think, as of today, members, and we probably see maybe maybe you see like 1 or 2 spammers like a month. And it comes down to the big picture, that just because I receive these interruptions and just because I'm not seeing the return that I want to as of now, I know when we start seeing the return that we want to, as in now being able to, I already see it. I already see the people seeing the return that they wanted when it comes to trading. I already see the people that, okay, well, they weren't successful in trading, but because they were exposed to this entrepreneurial type of environment, they went to go start their own business, or they started just because of the different people that I speak to or have within my channel, they started like Amazon sales or online sales. They started their own business. And it comes down to the simple idea of sparking that interest. And that's what I'm here to do. I don't care if you guys don't want to day trade. That's not why I make these videos. I make these videos to present something that's different, to push you guys to want to be different. And that's one of the biggest things. People want to be different. They want to be making money, not the non-traditional way, but aren't willing to put forth the hours and aren't willing to, put forth the hours without any actual return, because it's not what they expected, or because they're not seeing the return that they wanted as soon as they expected. It's just like when people start a YouTube channel, if they don't see the return that they wanted within like the first couple of months, they end up giving up just because they just didn't see it. It came down to me making YouTube videos maybe like once or twice a week, but people really enjoyed it, and that's what was my passion. I wasn't driven by the amount of money that I made on the videos, because if that's what drove me at an early age, then I would have never continued to make these videos, because I didn't receive the return that I wanted. And for everyone that's watching this, whatever it is that you guys want to achieve, when it comes down to wanting to be successful, not even being the most successful, but wanting to be the most successful that you can be in this market, you have to know 3 things. Now, I don't want to put a specific number, because you have to know a lot of things, to be completely honest. But something that I can honestly say is that you have to become knowledgeable in the market that you want to invest in. You have to know more than the average person. And that's just, I hope that's just made clear for you guys. So become knowledgeable in the market that you want to invest in. Have a plan on how you're going to see success in this specific market, meaning that have a plan on how you're going to, just start off and exponentially grow as a business owner, as a content creator, as an investor, whatever it is. Have a plan. Have a plan. And did you guys hear that? Oh my goodness, one of the amps was on. But I apologize for that disruption. Have a plan on how you're going to see success and stick to it. Have discipline, right? See consistency, or understand the importance of consistency and discipline. Just know, just because you have this perfect plan on how you're going to get from A to Z to making $100,000 a year, doesn't mean that you're going to make it instantaneously and with no obstacles. Some people might experience that, but for most of us, making the first $100,000 doesn't come as easy as it might come to other people. So understand and be cautious of these obstacles that you might be experiencing, because when it comes down to your first obstacle, and if it presents itself earlier than others, just know that you're prepared for that, and just have the drive and have the passion for the end solution and making it happen and pushing through. So pretty much what this video is about is be driven by passion and not by the money, because it's not necessarily when the first thing that you're thinking about is the money, you get kind of blindsided, and it kind of just ends up being the way that it works out. I think when I was going to make some examples of uber successful people that saw success and never thought about the money. It was just an idea or solution that they thought that they could provide, and because people see the value in their solution or their idea, it became an uber successful company or business, but it's because it was accessible to everyone. It provided value for a large number of people, and they were driven by the passion in the early ages, and then money followed after. And that's one of the biggest things. I guess I'm not the perfect example when it comes down to wanting amazing things. I'm not a huge spender, and you guys might not believe me because of my houses or my cars and stuff like that. But understand that I buy my cars to make a profit off of them. I'm very understanding of what it is that I invest in, and I don't, my clothes and everything it is that I buy, I'm not an extravagant person, and I feel like I live pretty modestly for what it is that I do and how much it is that I work. And it comes down to me having a plan, and I'm not here to prove myself to anyone, but just to myself that I'm trying my best every single day to work towards a goal. And although I might get, hit because hit by a person that doesn't want me to get there, it comes down to those that are really going to see success, that overcome those obstacles and are driven by the passion to making it happen. There's so many people, and guys, like, I know you guys aren't going to believe me because everyone says it, but I wish I can just like dedicate like just a day or just like my life to just responding and helping each and every one of you guys and being able to make, a living that way, as in like, and that might be the case later on, but right now I'm working in different parts of like my businesses that really need a lot of my attention in this early age. But I'd love to work individually and one-on-one with each and every one of you because I see the drive and I see the passion, and I'm not too sure if it's just because of the specific channel and the motivation that I have on you guys, but it's such a beautiful thing to see that you guys are so driven and want to achieve success, but don't let this like gap of connection between me and you be the reason that you don't start. Start today, and you have this weekend, right? Yeah, today's Saturday. So instead of going out and going party and stuff like that, like I know a lot of like successful people like present themselves like that they're always partying and stuff like that, but those that are really like driven by the passion of what it is that they're creating, they're not partying on the weekends. They're, because they have something much more important to do, and that's what that's what I feel like I'm doing. I feel like I have something much more important that I'm creating here behind the screen and working with my team, because I see the big picture and I see the value in what it is that I'm doing, rather than going and drinking and stuff like that. It just comes down to the type of person you are, and it does take a unique type of person. But understand that for those that want it, and for those that are driven by their passion of wanting to be successful in some form or another, being able to provide a solution or service for someone, be driven by your passion and let money follow. Understand that there will be obstacles, but don't let that be something that stops you from wanting to pursue your dream. Understand that realistically, for a lot of us, we have to get a normal job, and we're gonna have to work 2 or 3 times as hard as everyone else, but don't let that stop you. If you want to make it happen, if you want to make it a reality, then let that passion drive you. Work your normal 9 to 5 like I did, and work twice as hard in creating your business and this service or solution that you want to provide for everyone, because much later on, it's going to be something that is going to touch thousands, if not millions of people. And that's the end game. That's whatever your end game is. Just know what it is, have a plan, understand what can happen, and be driven by your passion. So I didn't want this. I didn't want this video to. Let's see. I'm trying to read some of the messages and stuff like that because I wasn't actually reading any of the messages right now. There's some people saying some pretty foul language within the live chat, but they're not, I don't think, saying anything offensive to me. But I want to thank you guys. Like, in all honesty, I want to thank you guys for watching my videos, but just know that, and I don't know if this is going to degrade like what I'm doing. This is a channel where I try to motivate people, and I want you to like to continue watching my channel. But realistically, you're not gonna. Just know that there's nothing wrong with there's nothing wrong with networking with people that share the same interests, and the importance of being exposed to new opportunity. But understand that a big part of it is execution. And a lot of people get caught in this whole idea of learn. That was learn. And they never actually execute or actually go and take the jump to making things happen. And that's one of the biggest steps that you need to take, because you can learn as much as you want, but it comes down to going for it and seeing what you did wrong, like learn what it is that you did wrong and readjust to that, and then continue and try again. And again, driven by the passion and just consistency, continuing to not give up and just pushing through, because you will see success. If you guys are watching this video, you guys aren't watching this video because I put, excuse my language, but because I put like, girl with big boobs, or for, the ladies like, extremely hot guy or anything like that. Well, obviously not, but it just comes down to the idea that you guys are driven and wanting to be different, and understand that, and just note that about you, that you guys do want to be different. Now it comes down to acting on that belief that you want to be different. If you really want to be different and you really want to achieve something, you don't need me telling you that, just go do it. You really just need to understand that the only way that you're going to achieve this is to actually do it, manage your risk, do it within your own means. And then if you see failure, see how it is that you can, reinvent, not reinvent it, but, just not give up and just continue to try again, but maybe in a better and more efficient way. So execution is definitely key. Let's see. All right, so I'm gonna start answering some questions. So for those that want to enjoy the weekend or whatever it is that you guys want to do, I want to thank you guys for joining us. If you guys could subscribe, we'd greatly appreciate it, but just know that you don't have to. The link is down below if you guys want to join the Facebook group. If you see value in networking with over 33,000 or 32,500 members worldwide, again, it's a free Facebook platform, so we'd love to be a part of your success. But most importantly, again, guys, continue working hard, continue doing what it is that you guys love, and just don't give up. So I'm going to dedicate 5 minutes. I always say 5 minutes, but it's like 10 to answering some of your guys' questions, just because you guys tuned in for at least 10 minutes of me just speaking. So the least I can do is dedicate to answering some of your guys' questions. So let's start this now. Let's see, shirt. That's by Duck Deuces. Again, we're still working on that. Anthony, appreciate that. He says, well said. Dog. Abin, Dimitri, what's going on, bud? Thanks again for your help within the group chats. I really do appreciate it. You've been great. And dude, Dimitri's killing it. He's just answering all these questions. This is my team. Marlene Prawl, I've seen your comments. I appreciate your support. I really do. Is it wise to buy an option FB there before their week earnings? Again, that's up to you if you see potential, and I don't tell people what to invest in, bud. You guys are trying to put out all these stock alerts, but guys, this Sunday stock talk is tomorrow. For those that want to learn a little bit more about investing, me and my team meet up at 6:30 Mountain Standard Time every Sunday, right before the market opens on Monday. When will you become a millionaire? I'm not a millionaire yet, right? And what I mean by millionaire, I don't make $1 million a year. When it comes down to assets, we'll talk about that later. But working towards it, and yeah. So if you guys haven't watched my other videos, you guys can check those out about the making of the millionaire. There's a little playlist for that. Wow, you guys are asking a lot of questions, guys. I'm sorry. You speak Spanish is by Jose Rodriguez. I do speak Spanish. My last name is Gutierrez. I'm full Mexican I don't know if I've ever disclosed that, but yeah, I definitely do speak Spanish. So when you enter the market and you don't reach your target price or stop price, when would you suggest to sell? And that's by Rayon. I wouldn't suggest anything, but when it comes down to my personal just experience, when it comes down to me actually selling a position, I don't sell based on my belief, but when I see the charts or the trend to start showing a downward trend. If I start seeing pullbacks and I start seeing that it's coming back to where it is that I bought at, it comes down. There's no specific answer for that, but I'm very consistent with locking in profits and keeping losses small. I'm not one like a huge momentum trader that locks in 10 to 20% every single position. I take about 2 to 3 positions per day, and my average profit per position is about 2 to 4% per position. So I average anywhere around from 5 to maybe 7 to 8% growth per day, and I risk about $3,500 per position now. So yeah, to give you a breakdown on that. At what point would you consider it to be feasible to day trade as a living? Well, Brandon, once you've proven to yourself that this could be once you've proven to yourself that you have been profitable for a series, kind of think about it as like a lender. A lender won't actually lend you money until you have a 2-year work history, because it's been a consistent stream of income. So, I mean, you don't have to take that extreme approach, because lenders are extremely just conservative when it comes down to them lending money. But if you've done it for a couple months and you've been consistent, and you think the opportunity of you dedicating more time to trading can lead to the opportunity cost, you can see more reward doing that and leaving your 9 to 5 or leaving your traditional job, then that's something that you have to justify. But just understand that it's different for everyone, but consistency is key, and just because you see it for 1 to 2 months doesn't mean that it can be for the life. So maybe if you can give yourself more time and you really understand this and you're not going based on belief, but you're seeing the return and you think that you can dedicate more time, then that's when you can make that assumption. Always lock in profits. That's good advice. That's by Jose Santos. Yeah, I mean, that's something that we do. Let's see. All right, let's see. You guys are asking a lot of stock questions, and I really do appreciate that, but just know that I have a bunch of videos for those that are asking frequently asked questions. You guys can literally search up on your YouTube search bar the question that you have with my name after it, so Ricky Gutierrez, and I've probably made a video about it. What keeps you disciplined? Other than my girlfriend, I'm just totally kidding. She gets so upset when I say things like that. But what keeps me disciplined? I think that it's not about the money for me anymore. Like I don't want to come off as that seems very not right to say. I don't want to say it's not about the money, because it's unrealistic for me to say that I don't need money to do what it is that I do. But all the money that I make, I reinvest it into different markets, and I'm always looking for new avenues to invest in. So I'm not the type of person that if I were to sell, like let's say 5 years down the road, if someone were to offer me, for TechBot Solutions, for whatever one of my businesses may be, a couple $1 million, if it's like, even like an extreme example, $500 million, I would not, even if I were to sell, I would not find myself to be relaxing at an island or enjoying my time, because that's not what I enjoy. That's not what I find like self-fulfilling. And when I took my 2-week vacation, and I hope my girlfriend doesn't watch this, but when I took my 2-week vacation to Spain, I spent time with my YouTuber friends, and I spent time with my girlfriend. I went to go visit her while she was studying abroad, and it came down to me always trying to find something that I can do over there to work. If it came down to trading, working just with people, like hand on hand and stuff like that. But I always found myself just wanting to come back and get back into my rhythm of work. And I'm just driven by the value that I can have on people, and people have on me. Does that make sense? I don't know. I love working. I think it's how I'm wired, and I find it to be more of a waste of time for me to be like at a party or relaxing at a beach, because it's not something that I enjoy. I feel like I'm much more valuable providing a solution or value to someone else. And that's, I don't know. It's just what I don't, and when I said I don't care about the money, it's because I'm not so driven about the money, because if I was, TechBuds would not be for free. And for all those that are asking, the TechBuds the actual website and platform that we're working on will always offer a free feature, because again, we're trying to provide a foundation and accessibility for everyone. So everything that we provide for you now, as in the group chat and the Facebook group, and being able to communicate with one another like that, it's always going to be for free. So I want you guys to understand that, and that's my dedication to you guys, because I want this to be a platform that can be accessible for everyone. So people are kind of thinking like stock twits, right? But I want it to be non-manipulative and a supportive environment to motivate traders and investors, aside from just investing and trading. And I think the best way to do that is for me to create my own and to provide the rules and the foundation that has led to my success, that I hope that can lead others. And yeah. Damn, I feel you, bro. That's a bean. I need to learn to invest for my children. That's a great reason to be driven. Driven by your family, and that's a beautiful thing. The life of a true entrepreneur. I appreciate that, Anthony. Honestly, man, you should quit trading and start. Oh my goodness! I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm gonna have to read this. Max. All right, that's pretty savage or pretty mean, but I don't get offended by this. It's honestly, man, you should quit trading and start playing the piano. Those fingers, though, I get told that all the time. You are so funny. Holy moly, I'm dying. Dude, people are straight roasting me on this live stream. It's so hilarious.
You live right now?
Yeah. All right, look at this comment. says, honestly, man, you should quit trading and start playing the piano. Look at those fingers. My roommates always make fun of me. Man, you guys are mean. um, oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, so this is a good question. I might end it here. It says, this by Kevin Inda. It says, Ricky, I have a question, but I'm not trying to hit no nerves. But why trade stocks that are overall downtrending, so showing signs of downward momentum? Just want to see what you see potential in on them, because I seriously don't. So that's a good question, and I think it comes down to more of the approach that people ask, like, why do I trade stocks that see red days or huge pullbacks and stuff like that? That's a niche that I'm profitable in. And that's why I always tell people to not trade, or not trade what I trade, or don't mimic my trades, because people might see more success in the style of that Connor does, and that's momentum trading. I don't. People might see more success in trading stocks that are less than 1 cent like Brad does, but I don't. My style of trading is not the most attractive. It's more of understanding the support, the resistance, waiting for pullbacks, and selling them back where they were. So again, approaching resistance and then selling off there. So it's a different style of trading, and it's just what I see the most success in. So it's what makes sense to me, and I'm going to capture it a little bit more often. I'm going to try to capture those type of trades. I've been focusing more on, my friends have been telling me that I'm trying to do too much of what you guys want me to do, as in trying to perform technical analysis on the stocks that you guys are asking me, and not really focusing on the stocks that I want to trade. And they're like, Ricky, just do what you do, and if people like it, great. If people don't, I just don't want to make anyone I don't want to upset anyone, and that's the thing. So I haven't been seeing the same success, and I've been trying a little bit harder when it came to trading, because I'm trying a different strategy, because it's what you guys want me to do. And I'm not failing at it. It's just I'm not seeing the same success that I used to. I used to just trade a bunch of pullbacks, a bunch of gappers, and I would do very well with that. So I think I might go back to my old style. But yeah, that's really just why. Cheez-Its are expensive. What keeps you going, Ricky? What is your core? What is the core of your passion? All right, so I'm gonna end it here. So again, I'm gonna end it here. We have our Sunday Stock Talk tomorrow, and I'm gonna answer this question. So this is by Brandon Lugo. Oh, I've had a conversation with you. What keeps you going? What is the core of your passion? Well, as of now, with TechBud Solutions, I have to say, is the core of my passion, but it's not necessarily the group, but what we stand for. We stand for the average Joe wanting to be successful, and at least providing the foundation and the platform for everyone to at least have an understanding to be successful. I feel the biggest reason people don't see success, not just in making $100,000 or success in general in any market, is because they weren't aware of a specific, the reason that people make mistakes are because they are not aware of at least the fundamentals, or weren't aware of what the mistakes that they were making. So providing a platform that exposes people to new opportunity, exposes people on how they've been successful, and exposes people to mistakes, providing people with that entire foundation on how to be successful, what has led to their success and their mistakes as well, can create an environment, if we do it correctly, that can be accessible for everyone, and a much greater amount of people having that foundation, because we are all starting from a higher foundation because of this platform, can see a higher form or a quicker form of success, because you guys don't have to dedicate 6-7 years to day trading until you guys see a return like I did, because I didn't have the proper guidance, or I wasn't taught the right way, because I learned from trial and error. So all those that don't like the style that I trade, then just dedicate time and learn at your own pace, and then eventually you will most likely see success if you, in a sense, have a plan, learn from your mistakes, and continue to find a solution for it. But I am driven because of the solution that I think I can provide for a large number of people, and that's the foundation on how to be successful. There's no specific course, there's no specific just phrase or like mentorship that I can tell you that will be driven or that will lead you exactly to what it is that you guys want to achieve, because that's not the way this world is built. You know, that we all experience different issues. It all comes down to the time that we're in, and you know, there's so many factors that come into play. It's impossible to plan out an exact way on how to be successful. But those that are driven by passion, those that at least have the proper understanding on how to be successful and what to expect, and have any plan on how they're going to get there, and again, driven by their passion, will see more success because they at least are aware of what, you know, will most likely happen. And again, like knowledge and awareness is key, and that's all we do. And providing it and making it accessible for everyone is what we're here for. So that's understandable, Ricky. I'm glad you found what works for you best, but it's nice to no. True, Kevin, and you might have a completely different style of trading, so that's good. You could be a billionaire, but you had to break with your girl. Would you do it? No, I wouldn't do it. I'm not. Yeah. So pretty much Avon asked me if I could be a billionaire or break up. If I could be a billionaire or be with my girlfriend, what would I choose? And I think the biggest thing that I've been aware of is like having an amount of money isn't what, you know, when I was 21 and had my house and had my GTR, my dream, right? Something that I worked so hard for. I was the most depressed in my life because I wasn't self-fulfilled with what I was doing. But having my girlfriend and being in the position and like, you know, doing something that I love, and it doesn't have to do with the money, right? It comes down to, I think I'm providing value for people in a large scale. I see more value in that. And I live a comfortable life. I don't, you know, need all the money that I make right now, but I'm investing it in things that I think can grow to much greater things. So that's just my approach on it. And regardless if people believe me or not, I think those that do personally know me, know how much it is that I work. And it's a beautiful thing that I get to share with thousands of people. And I have thousands of people that support me for every one person that doesn't believe in me. But again, I'm not here to prove myself to anyone. I'm here to work hard and try to do the best I can do and build value for other people. And I know that I can do it. So yeah, thank you guys again for tuning in. Let's end the live stream here. I'll dedicate like 1 minute to typing out some messages, but I don't want to make this video too long to make it unattractive for people. But guys, it's the weekend. A lot of you guys might have some time off. If you guys want to see success in something, dedicate time to making it happen and working hard and as hard as you can to make your dreams come true. If it's driven by your family, if it's driven by a figure, if it's driven by something that you can just provide for your significant other, regardless of what it is. If it's just self-fulfilling and you love what it is that you do, then do it and be driven by your passion and don't give up. We're all going to experience obstacles and interruptions and people that don't want us to see this form of success, but just know that you can. It just comes down to not giving up, and those that don't and continue to innovate and continue to find a way to make it happen are the ones that see success. And it's as simple as that. So I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. We will see you tomorrow for our Sunday Stock Talk. Continue working hard. Continue doing what it is that you guys love. And like always, guys, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, guys.